Hey Kid Labbers, glad you're here. If you're new around here, these online learning labs are part of our Spark series, a play-based curriculum for teaching your kids at home. Check out kidlabraleigh.com for more resources or our hashtag. We are studying maps. If you want to see other videos about maps, check out the link above. I want to mention a few books that I recommend for this unit. This is a gorgeous book called Maps, and each of the pages has wonderfully illustrated countries. What I really like about this book, besides the illustration style, is it has all these fun facts tucked into the pages. There are a lot of kids' atlases out there. This is one great one I recommend, just called World Atlas by Nick Crane, put out by Barefoot Books. And I like this one because it has a couple of pages in the front that talk about cartography, why maps are shaped the way that they are, and there are some interesting facts that you can lift the flap and see if you want to learn a little bit more. When someone asks you, where do you live? How do you answer? Sometimes you might say the name of your city or maybe the name of your street, but depending on who you're talking to or what the context is, you might give other details, like when you're traveling far or when you meet new people. You might answer what country you're from, or if you're from the northern or southern hemisphere, like, hi, my name is Shannon. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is in the United States, which is in North America, which is in the northern hemisphere of our world. But let's back up for a minute. You probably already knew that our Earth is actually a sphere. It's not flat like what we see on a map. Think of our world like an apple. Now, think about how you would map the apple. What if you lived here and you wanted to get here? How would you draw that on a map? So if you slice it open like this, you can see there are two halves. Now we can try to draw this on a piece of paper and make it two-dimensional like a map. That's a lot like what an atlas is. An atlas, or world map, gives us a sense of where things are on the globe. I want to teach you a couple of map skills if you don't already know them. Do you know what a compass rose is? It's a very handy tool that teaches us directions. It has 4 points that represent north, east, south, and west. Easy way to remember? Never eat soggy waffles. Never eat soggy waffles. Let's go back to our apple world. If we slice our apple this way, east to west, that line is called the equator. That means that the top part is called the northern hemisphere and the bottom is called the southern hemisphere. What if we sliced it this way? The cut line would go north to south, and that line is called the prime meridian. That divides the hemispheres into the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. So let's review so far. We have a compass rose, which teaches us north, east, south, and west. We have an equator line, which divides the northern and the southern hemispheres. And we have what's called the prime meridian, dividing the western from the eastern hemispheres. Okay, it's your turn. Where do you live? I told you I live in the United States. What hemisphere is the United States in? If you said northern or western, you're right. The United States is in the northwestern hemisphere. How about Australia? Which hemisphere is Australia in? It's in the southeastern hemisphere. Do you know how many oceans are in the world? 3, 4, or 5, do you think? There are 5 oceans. The Arctic, the Southern, Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. And how many continents are there? 5, 6, or 7, do you think? There are 7. Let's see if you know them. What's this? North America, South America, Antarctica, Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia. And each of these continents is divided into countries, smaller regions or boundaries that help define people groups, cultures, food preferences, languages, all of the world's beautiful diversity. Where do you live? which continent, which country, which hemisphere. Which brings us to our project today. Today we're gonna make a country map using a faux stained glass technique. Geography just got a whole lot more interesting. You can choose any country or region you'd like for this project. My husband is from Germany, so we chose to do Germany and learn the different states of Germany. To make this, you'll need white glue, clear glue, different colored craft acrylic paint, black acrylic paint, a paint palette, some brushes, a printout of the country or region you want to do, and a piece of glass. This is just the insert of a frame, so I can put the white frame back on when the piece is done and make the piece really look finished. The first step is to mix the black into the glue. This is what you're going to use to outline your lines on your map. You want to shake it up real good, or you can use something to stir it as well. Now you just want to use it to trace the lines onto the glass. You want to let that dry for a little bit before you move on to the next step. But when you're ready, you'll take the clear glue, you'll add it to your palette, and you're ready to mix up some of your stained glass colors. This project can double as an art piece. It could be a special gift for a relative or a friend. You might want to add a star to represent home or a special place, or create a legend or map key to let viewers know what each color represents. As always, if you give this project a try, snap a picture. We would love to see. For more resources, activity ideas, learning guides, and printables, check out the links in the description below or follow our hashtag. See you next time!